They told you that life was a straight path, a simple sequence of beginnings and endings. They told you that the world you see is all that exists, and that the mystery lies only in what science cannot yet explain. But what if this was the grandest illusion of all? What if your existence, every thought, every heartbeat, was but a ripple on the surface of something infinitely deeper, an echo from a forgotten place beyond time? Today, we embark on a revelation hidden from the eyes of the ordinary world, a map, etched not on paper but in the very fabric of your being. It is the forgotten journey of the Hue-Man Ascension, 12 stages, 12 veils, stretching from the deepest unconscious realms to the purest source of all existence. Not just a map of where you are going, but a remembrance of where you have always been. Ancient mystics spoke of it in veiled symbols. The wise concealed it in parables, and those who glimpsed its truth often fell silent, unable to contain its immensity. For this is not merely knowledge, it is awakening. It is the process through which the soul, clothed in the density of matter and illusion, reclaims its luminous origin. Beyond the noise of the material world, beyond the limits of thought and language, lies the true architecture of reality, a hidden current pulling all beings back to their source. And you, whether knowingly or not, have been traveling this path since the dawn of your first breath. Tonight the veils will lift. We will explore each stage not as distant concepts but as living realities unfolding within you right now. This is not the story of someone else. It is the silent chronicle of your own existence, waiting to be remembered. And what you will see will change how you walk through this life and beyond. Let us begin. Long before the first temple stones were laid, before ink met papyrus to record the sacred myths, there existed only whispers, subtle impressions passed from spirit to spirit, hinting at the hidden architecture of existence. Across cultures and eras, this journey of ascension has been described in fragments. The ladder of Jacob reaching to the heavens, the tree of life and Kabbalistic teachings mapping realms of being, the chakras of Vedic philosophy spiraling through the human form, the layered heavens of ancient Mesopotamia, the celestial spheres of the Neoplatonists. Each tradition, though separated by oceans and millennia, spoke in their own secret dialect about the same phenomenon, an invisible scaffold stretching between earth and the divine, a sacred journey the soul must traverse. They did not merely speculate, they knew. They felt the pull of an unseen gravity drawing all consciousness upward, a current beneath the current, a wind beneath the wings of being. The Hermetic philosophers of Egypt spoke of the all, the one mind, fragmenting itself in a sacred act of self-contemplation, birthing creation not as a fall from grace, but as a necessary journey into limitation for the purpose of eventual return. In the East, the Upanishadic sages whispered that Tattvam Asi, thou art that, pointing to the timeless truth that the human soul and the infinite source are one and the same, only veiled by layers of illusion. But nowhere was the map ever laid out completely openly, for such a map could not be given. It had to be discovered, lived, and remembered from within. It is said that each soul, before its descent into matter, gazes upon this map, agrees to forget it, and accepts the sacred amnesia as the first step toward true awakening. The 12 stages of the Hue-Man Ascension are not arbitrary steps. They are echoes of this ancient memory, reflected in every myth, every symbol, every sacred architecture that has endured the erosion of time. They are the unspoken reason behind the pilgrimages to sacred mountains, the labyrinthine journeys of the hero, the alchemical transformations of base metal into gold, all metaphors for the same inner metamorphosis. Now, with this ancient backdrop unfolding silently behind us, we are ready to lift the veil on each stage, for what was once scattered across forgotten temples and hidden manuscripts tonight begins to assemble itself before your inner sight. And as the pieces of this sacred puzzle fall into place, a deeper question arises. If the journey has already begun within you, how far along the path are you now? At the origin of all things, before light had been separated from darkness, there existed only the source. Not a being nor a place, but pure, unconditioned consciousness, infinite potential without form or boundary. The source is the breath, before the first word, the silence before the first sound. It is the one mind dreaming in stillness, containing all that was, is, and ever will be. Yet within this ocean of undivided being, a sacred tension stirred. The yearning to know itself, to experience itself from 1,000 angles, 1,000,000 forms. And so, from the vastness of the source emerged the void. Not emptiness, but a fertile womb, a sacred matrix where separation could unfold. The void is the canvas on which the first strokes of creation were painted, the invisible cradle holding the promise of worlds to come. From the embrace of source and void, the higher domains began to unfold like petals of a cosmic lotus. These are not places you travel to. They are states of being, vibrations so refined that the senses of the material world cannot perceive them. And yet, they are more real than anything you have ever touched. At the 12th and highest stage, we encounter the Godhead, pure union with the Source. Here there is no division, no subject or object, only an endless field of luminous awareness. In this state, all questions dissolve, for there is nothing left to seek. It is a return to the uncarved block, the unspoken name, the formless form. Descending one veil lower, we meet the universal plan. Here lies the archetypal blueprint of existence, the great design in which every star, every blade of grass, every heartbeat has its place and purpose. This is not fate imposed from above. It is the deep pattern woven into the fabric of being, whispering to every soul the memory of its true path. Further still, consciousness condenses into the oversoul, the spirit monad, the great collective, of individual sparks, each a perfect reflection of the whole. Here the illusion of separateness first stirs, yet unity is not forgotten. It is the gathering place of kindred flames, the vast chorus from which every soul sings its unique note. Descending again, we find the archangels and ascended masters, custodians of evolution, guardians of the ascending and descending tides of spirit. They are not entities to be worshipped, but older siblings on the path, guiding with silent wisdom and unseen hands those who have forgotten their way. And at the 8th stage we arrive at the crystalline sea, a realm of perfect order where divine administration takes shape. Here the symphony of creation is orchestrated, maintaining the delicate balance between chaos and harmony. It is a shimmering mirror of the source, a reflection of the divine mind still unsullied by the disturbances of lower realms. Each of these stages is not a distant realm but a dimension living silently within you, layered like translucent veils over the innermost spark of your being. They are the forgotten architecture of your soul, the birthright you were never told you possessed. Yet the journey does not end in these rarefied heights. To understand the full spectrum of existence, one must also descend into separation, into density, into the realms where shadows are cast and the illusion of otherness takes hold. And so we turn now toward the middle domains, the thresholds where unity and duality first entwine, and where the soul must learn to see through the veils of illusion. Between the heights of pure spirit and the depths of dense matter lies a twilight realm, the middle domains. Here the soul hovers between remembrance and forgetting, between light and shadow. It is in these realms that the great drama of existence begins to unfold, where the unity of the higher planes gives way to the first stirrings of duality. At the 7th stage, we encounter the abyss, a vast chasm, a threshold between the known and the unknown. It is not a place of darkness, but of potential, not a punishment, but a passage. Here, the soul stands at the precipice of forgetting, poised to plunge into the currents of time and separation. To cross the abyss is to accept the sacred amnesia, the veiling of true identity, and to embark upon the journey of return through the labyrinth of experience. Beyond the abyss lies the Buddhic plane or the causal plane, a realm where the seeds of karma are sown, where every choice, every intention, weaves the tapestry of future lifetimes. It is here that the soul glimpses the grand arcs of its journey, not as isolated incidents, but as a sacred narrative unfolding with perfect wisdom. The Buddhic plane whispers to us of cause and effect, not as chains of bondage, but as the delicate brushstrokes painting the masterpiece of our evolution. Descending further, we enter the mental plane, the Christ and Buddha plane, where the great archetypes dwell. Here, the timeless ideas that shape worlds and civilizations are born. Truth, beauty, justice, compassion. These are not human inventions but eternal patterns, waiting to be embodied. In this realm, thought is not bound by language or form. It is pure, luminous, creative power, shaping reality at its most subtle level. One more veil down and we find ourselves in the astral plane, a realm of swirling emotions, vivid dreams, and shifting illusions. It is the playground of the subconscious, where desires take form and fears grow teeth. Here, the soul becomes entangled in the dramas of attachment and aversion, mistaking fleeting shadows for lasting substance. The astral plane is the realm of Maya, the grand illusion, where the soul forgets its origin and believes itself to be the mask it wears. And finally, we descend into the lower domains, where the veils grow thick and the light seems distant. The third stage brings us to the physical plane, the tangible world of flesh and stone, birth and death, joy and sorrow. It is here that the soul experiences the full weight of separation, clothed in matter, bound by time. Yet it is also here that the greatest opportunity lies, for it is only in the dense crucible of incarnation that the soul can forge the clarity and strength needed for true awakening. Beneath the physical lies the etheric plane, the subtle body of energy that animates the physical form. It is the unseen architecture of vitality, the shimmering web connecting spirit and matter. Though invisible to the eye, it is felt in every heartbeat, every breath, every stirring of intuition. And at the very base we find the unconscious realm, the dark soil from which all forms arise and to which they return. It is entropy and chaos, dissolution and silence. Yet within this apparent void lies the seed of renewal, the promise that from every ending springs a new beginning. The unconscious realm is not the enemy of life but its silent partner, ensuring that no form endures forever, that all returns in time to the source. Through these 12 stages, the soul descends and ascends, forgetting and remembering, losing itself only to find itself anew. And all the while, an invisible thread binds the soul to its origin, the silver cord, shimmering and unbreakable, linking the densest matter to the highest spirit. But what is the silver cord truly? And what is the role of the abyss in this endless dance of descent and ascent? Let us journey further into the hidden connections that sustain the path of return. Throughout this grand descent and ascent, an invisible lifeline persists. The silver cord. Delicate yet unbreakable, it threads through every stage, connecting the densest shadows of matter to the purest light of source. It is the quiet assurance that no matter how far the soul wanders, it remains tethered to its origin. Some have glimpsed it in moments of near death, others in deep meditation, and some feel its gentle pull in dreams, a silken reminder that even in forgetfulness, we are never truly lost. And yet, between the soul and its memory of unity lies the abyss, not a place of punishment but a sacred crossing. It is the necessary forgetting that allows for the drama of rediscovery. To face the abyss is to confront all illusions, to dissolve every false identity, and to emerge not as a fragment but as the whole. Beyond the abyss, in the densest realms, lies the matrix, the intricate web of illusions designed to anchor consciousness in separation. It is not merely society or technology. It is the entire structure of belief systems, fears, and attachments that shape our perception of reality. The matrix teaches through contrast, presenting the soul with endless mirrors of distortion so that, in time, it may recognize the reflection of truth behind them. To ascend is not to reject the material world but to see through it. It is to walk among illusions with eyes wide open, to play the game without being played by it. Ascension is not an escape. It is a profound return to the awareness that all things in joy and sorrow, life and death, form and formlessness are ripples on the surface of the One. Each moment of awareness, each act of compassion, each surrender of false control is a step upward on the spiral path. The 12 stages are not a ladder to be climbed once, but a cycle to be remembered again and again, in ever-deepening spirals of insight. And so the practice is not found in rituals or dogmas, but in quiet remembrance, in pausing amidst the chaos to feel the tug of the silver cord, in recognizing that behind every face, every star, every breath, the source waits patiently to be remembered. The path of the Hue-Man Ascension is etched not in the heavens, but in your very being. It is the architecture of your soul, the forgotten map you carry in your bones, in your blood, in the silent spaces between your thoughts. But if the map has always been within you, what stops you from unfolding it now? The journey we call life is not a straight line, not a race from birth to death, but a spiral. An ancient path folded within you, waiting to be remembered. The 12 stages of the Hue-Man Ascension are not distant realms or metaphysical abstractions. They are the silent architecture of your soul's becoming. From the cradle of the void to the embrace of the source, from the illusions of the astral plane to the formless clarity of the Godhead, every rise and fall, every joy and sorrow, every breath you take is a note in this cosmic symphony. You are not separate from this journey. You are the journey. And though the veils may be thick and the illusions persistent, the silver cord remains unbroken, gently guiding you home. It is a thread spun not from matter or mind, but from the very essence of being, a reminder that you are, and have always, been more than this fleeting shadow you call a life. To awaken is not to ascend away from the world, but to descend more fully into it, to see it with the eyes of the soul, to touch it with the hands of the spirit, to walk it as one who remembers, the light behind all things. The call is not to become something new, but to return to what you have never ceased to be. The source awaits not at the end of time or space, but at the center of your own being, closer than breath, nearer than thought. This is the hidden truth of the Hue-Man Ascension, that the path you seek has been within you all along, not a destination, but a revelation. Not a journey outward, but a spiral inward, back to the one, back to yourself. If this journey resonated with you, consider subscribing, so we may continue exploring the hidden architectures of reality together. Until then, remember, you are not merely on the path. You are the path, and the source is already within you.